Something has changed in Naya Kashmir. The government for sure, but Farooq Abdullah has had a change of heart in the second terrorist attack of its kind in just 3 days, and that too in newly elected CM Omar Abdullah's own constituency. 6 non-native labourers have been killed in Ganderbal. The Pak terrorist opened fire on a camp housing labourers of a private company working on construction of a tunnel just 4 days after a new government was sworn in the Union territory. The dastardly attack drew all-round condemnation from a Union Home Minister to Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister. But what has stood out is the comment of NC patron Farooq Abdullah, who is now towing or echoing Prime Minister Modi's line. He says, Pakistan must stop terror for us to initiate dialogue.
अब बताइए मुझे इन दरिंदों को मिलेगा क्या वो समझते हैं इससे यहाँ पाकिस्तान बनेगा? आज कई सालों से हम ये देख रहे हैं कि वो आ रहे हैं वहाँ से, और हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि ये मामला ख़त्म हो और हम लोग आगे बढ़ें, हम लोग मुश्किलों से निकल सकें। मैं पाकिस्तान के हुक्मरानों से ये कहना चाहता हूँ, अगर वो सचमुच हिंदुस्तान से दोस्ती चाहते हैं तो फिर ये बंद कीजिए। कश्मीर पाकिस्तान नहीं बनेगा, नहीं बनेगा, नहीं बनेगा। हम लोग कैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे अगर यही चलता रहा है? वक्त आ गया कि इनको बंद करना चाहिए। ये
देखिए, ये सभी लोग जानते हैं कि धमकी की धूर्तता और धमाकों की धृष्टता करने वाले धूल दूषित होंगे, और ये बात चाहे वो फारूक साहब हों या चाहे और कोई लोग हों, उनको भी अच्छी तरह मालूम है कि चाहे ये धमकी की धूर्तता और धमाकों की धृष्टता सीमा के अंदर से हो रही हो या सीमा के पार से हो रही हो, उनका सफाया होगा। और जहां पर जो आतंक का अखाड़ा है वहां तो आटे की आफत है।
Imran Nabi Dar, state spokesperson of the Jammu and Kashmir National Conference, Sushil Pandit also with us. Mr. Dar, what has happened to Farooq Abdullah?
No, what do you mean what has happened to Farooq Abdullah? What is the question?
That is the question, sir.
What sort of question is this? Why are you asking me such a question? And are you trying to play politics on the dead bodies here? I mean, it is very unfortunate. Let me just make myself clear. You, in your intro, you said that this terror attack has happened you repeated it twice. What are you trying to infer, basically? What are you trying to say, that this terrorist attack happened during Umar Saab's regime? Umar Saab has taken over as the chief minister, and you are opening your statement with saying that, and you are not naming LG here. You know, who is the home minister of the country? Who is the prime minister of the country?
I am naming the LG, sir. Manoj Sinha is the LG. Amit Shah is the home minister. Narendra Modi is the prime minister. You tell me, did I say anything which is not a fact?
Let me make my
Mr.
point.
Dar, did I say anything which is not a fact?
Let me. We are all saddened what happened yesterday. I'm shocked beyond words. I mean, there are no enough words to condemn this barbaric act which has happened yesterday and which resulted in the killing of 7 innocent civilians. And this should not have happened. Nobody deserves to die like this. No civilian, nobody deserves to die like this. And it's our collective responsibility to work towards stopping such kind of acts. And we have been saying this all along, ever since 2019 abrogation. And there have been n number of attacks.
Mr. Dar, I don't think you understood what I wanted to ask. Let me simplify this for you. 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. Listen to my question. Farooq Abdullah was advocating for talks with Pakistan before elections. What has changed? He now says what Prime Minister Modi has been saying. Pakistan must stop pushing terrorism for India to go to the talks table.
Why aren't we discussing who is responsible for such attacks? Why aren't we putting people accountable for the mistakes that probably in the security
who is responsible? Is Pakistan not responsible?
No, that is for the government to decide.
Government to decide. Why? If Mr. Abdullah is saying Pakistan is responsible, why? I don't think you should have a problem towing the party line. But I don't know. This is bizarre.
No,
Sushil Pandit.
There is nothing bizarre about it.
Okay, let's quickly get in Sushil Pandit. Mr. Dar, hold on. Listen to the others also. Mr. Pandit, why do you think Farooq Abdullah is now towing the Modi line on Pakistan?
Pranesh, good evening and thank you for getting me into this conversation. You are absolutely right. You have hammered the nail on its head. What has changed is now the shoe is on the other foot. Abdullahs are now in the government. That is what has changed. When they were out of power, they were advocating conversation with Pakistan. They were advocating concessions to Pakistan because conversation meant a concession. India had taken a decisive line that terror and talks cannot go together, and they were asking us to come down from that position and start talking to the perpetrators of heinous crimes on our people. Now that they are in the government, they have changed that line and they have started lecturing to Pakistan. I remember on 1st of October 2000, when Kashmir assembly was bombed by 3 suicide bombers and 39 people died, the same Farooq Abdullah was crying and weeping and appealed to the government of India that we should launch an attack on Pakistan. We should go to war with Pakistan and bomb that country for doing this kind of a crime. Farooq Abdullah changes. Every day, every moment depends on the audience he is in front of. He is known for this. So we shouldn't take him seriously. You don't know, you can't predict what he would say the next day. That is Farooq Abdullah for you. But one thing that doesn't change, hasn't changed, ever since we were expelled and even from before, is that in Kashmir we are faced with jihad. Unadulterated, ruthless, relentless, violent jihad. As a result of that jihad, Hindus were emptied out of the valley. They were pushed out violently through massacres, through rapes, through abductions. And today the valley is bereft of Hindus and its residents. Now that Farooq Abdullah is in the chair, he wants to sound good and responsible. He wants you to forget how he contested these elections. In Kashmir, National Conference went about saying that people from rest of India are coming to take your jobs and lands. This is how Omar and Farooq were spreading disaffection against India.
Forget the Abdullahs, the Congress leaders were saying it. Rahul Gandhi was saying it, Mr. Pandit. Rahul Gandhi, no less than Rahul Gandhi said it. The outsider comment.
Absolutely.
Tehseen Poonawala, how do you react to your ally now suddenly turning a Modi fan?
I'm extremely disappointed with your choice of words that suddenly turning. First of all, I don't think he's a Prime Minister Modi fan. I think he's a loyal Indian, like all of us out here are. He's been a loyal Indian. He stood up for our nation. He's been a former Chief Minister. His son is the Chief Minister. And I think a legitimate questions to ask on the failure of this government with regards to Kashmir, terrorist attacks now in Jammu, what's happening in other parts of our country in Manipur. But that's not Manipur to debate. So I think as the voice of Kashmir, if he's raising the voice, the way that suddenly he's turned loyal, I think that's very demeaning to anyone. We should not do that. I've known Farooq Saab, I know Omar. I think they're very loyal citizens of India. And I think they want the best for India.
No one is questioning. This is not about, look, we are not in the business of dishing out loyalty certificates.
How does he become a fan of Prime Minister Modi? He's saying, I don't want to talk to...
Yeah, because he's echoing, you had the same Abdullah talking about, extending the olive branch to Pakistan, saying that we would start talking to Pakistan. What has changed? Pakistan was pushing terror yesterday before polls and Pakistan continues to do it, Tehseen.
So then how does that become a fan of Prime Minister Modi? His government got ISI into Pathankot. As of today, as of right now, as of this point of time, 8:45, we are doing trade with Pakistan. There is still second channel talks with Pakistan on. So it's not that this government isn't in talks with Pakistan. The fact is that Farooq Abdullah has a point. It's a nuanced point. It may have changed over time, and that's politics. And that's geopolitics, and that's the way of life.
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan, politics, geopolitics, what have you?
I'm astonished. Couple of points I need to make. Number one, first of all, my sincere condolences to the bereaved. It really is a dastardly act, and I think all of us and the three panelists who've spoken are also absolutely condemning this heinous crime that has happened. So thank you for that. I've already said this before and I repeat it. Kashmir has been turned into a game of snakes and ladders. The ladders are provided by Pakistan and the snakes by Indians. However, I think it's a welcome statement being made by the Abdullahs and the government there in Kashmir. Although I hasten to add that one swallow does not make a summer. But as far as the very brusque and gung-ho approach by which the NC spokesperson jumped at you for you asking a very simple question of this volte-face, and him saying that terrorism has to be condemned in all forms, and I want to ask him a very simple question. Does he believe that Afzal Guru was a terrorist? Yes or no?
He will go for you now.
No, who are you? Why should I answer this question?
There we go.
Why should I answer this question? Who are you?
Somebody is asking for your answer.
No, why should I answer this question? Why are we debating this?
Mute him.
No, why should I debate this question with you? I am not here to answer any of your questions.
Mr. Dar.
I know
Mr.
that.
Dar.
I know that.
I'm not here to entertain you. Okay? So keep your questions to yourself.
I think
You are
yes.
nobody.
He was a terrorist, Dr. Ranganathan. Let's move on. He was a terrorist.
No. Yeah.
At least for us.
Please mute him.
Answer your question.
Can you please mute him like his fledgling career?
Who are you to tell? Who are you to tell?
Make your point. One person at a time, please. One. Dr. Ranganathan, yes.
Yes. It was a rhetorical question because I already knew the answer. Chances are that this fellow was attending the funeral of the terrorist Afzal Guru. So why would he say Afzal Guru was a terrorist? That's why I'm saying one swallow does not make a summer. It's the same.
The quote verbatim video that he says they dare to abrogate 370. Allah chahega कि हम भारत से अलग हो जाए. So as saying he loves India, this is
A verbatim quote of Farooq Abdullah. Allah would want that we separate from India. So please, although it is a welcome change, I don't trust them at all.
Mr. R.P. Singh, you have the last word on the show, sir. We have 40 seconds. What do you think explains this change of stance? I don't want to say change of heart.
Well, it's not change of stance. I mean, Sushil rightly put it that he's a chameleon. He changes his color as per the weather, as per the place where he is, and as per the responsibilities he's owning. He's the same Farooq Abdullah who ran away from the country in 87 and went to London, leaving Kashmir to be handled by the terrorists, and then everything what happened thereafter, we know that. So Farooq Abdullah can change his stance. He's the same Farooq Abdullah who seeks support of Fuji's conference also to win elections. He said, I need your support. And he's the same Farooq Abdullah who has been ongoingly saying that we should have a dialogue with Pakistan. But now, yes, he knows that he has to run a state, he has to run a government there. So he needs to take a stand which is a righteous stand and which will suit the country and then suit the right minister.
Tehseen is saying something.
And also
one line. Just one line to what chameleon was Farooq Abdullah Sahib and Omar Abdullah Sahib when they were part of NDA. And today, Pranesh, if they come back in NDA today, then BJP will defend them today.
No, you don't trust your allies. You don't trust your allies, Tehseen. Why are you sending them to the BJP? Why? And by the way, I just hope, Mr. Pandit, I just hope that Farooq goes a step further and drops the idea of restoring Article 370 now that he's said that we will not allow Kashmir to become Pakistan. Mr. Pandit, quickly.
Pranesh, how can you forget the same Farooq Abdullah wanted 370 restored with the help of Chinese?
Exactly, which is why I said, sir. I'm out of time completely. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on India Upfront. The news are coming up on the other side. Stay with Times Now.